Welcome to a V-BT07 rulings video. Bushiroad Japan has issued rulings for the V-Series' 7th mainline booster set, because reading is hard knowing that Shin became the main protagonist of the series. Let's begin. Will either player lose if they place a 6th card in the damage zone due to Ergodeal's ability? No, they will not. Defeat conditions such as having 6 or more cards in the damage zone are not referenced while resolving an ability. Check if the defeat conditions are met after the ability is resolved. Can I choose my opponent's token units for Ergodeal or freezing Granter's ability, and will it count as placing a card to their damage zone? Yes, you may, and yes, it will. The token unit will disappear immediately after moving to the damage zone, because token cards cannot exist outside the rear guard or guardian circle. Then your opponent will heal the same number of token units placed by this ability, because they must do as much of the skill as possible. Can I choose my opponent's rear guard that can't be retired due to an ability with Ergodeal or freezing Granter's ability? Yes, you may. Placing a rear guard to the damage zone is different from being retired from rear guard. Can I get a Force 2 marker with Astraeus Dragon, Neptunus, Pluto, Matsuki, or Saturn's ability if I obtained a Force 1 marker previously? No, you cannot. You can only obtain the same gift type you got the first time you obtained a gift marker in the match. Which rear guard circle is the back row center rear guard indicated by Astraeus Dragon's continuous ability? This refers to the circle in the middle row, where the original Vanguard circle is located. Can I use Hanzo's ability on my opponent's Sweep Kanto with 3 equip gauges? No, you cannot. Sweep Kanto cannot be selected by opponent's card abilities if it has 3 equip gauges. Will my opponent still discard cards with Hanzo's ability if I return their token units? Yes, they will. The token unit will disappear immediately after going to hand, because token cards cannot exist outside the rear guard or guardian circle. Then your opponent will discard the same number of token units returned by this ability, because they must do as much of the skill as possible. Will God Hand Dragon, Fusing Striker, and/or Silver Fist's continuous abilities increase the power of my front triggers during my damage check? No, they will not. Drive check and damage check are different actions. Will God Hand Dragon, Fusing Striker, and Silver Fist's continuous abilities stack for each copy? Yes, they will. Can I use Freezing Granter's on-place auto ability, even if my opponent doesn't have any rear guards? Yes, you may. They will just heal 1 damage, because they must do as much of the skill as possible. Will my opponent lose if they place a 6th card in the damage zone due to Freezing Granter's ability? No, they will not. Defeat conditions such as having 6 or more cards in the damage zone are not referenced while resolving an ability. Check if the defeat conditions are met after the ability has resolved. Can I call a face down card in my damage zone with Healthful Intendant's auto ability? Yes, you may. Can I use Healthful Intendant's auto ability even if I'm at 0 damage? Yes, you may. You would call the placed Healthful Intendant. Will I lose if I place a 6th card in the damage zone due to Healthful Intendant or Electrical Helper's ability? No, you will not. Defeat conditions such as having 6 or more cards in the damage zone are not referenced while resolving an ability. Check if the defeat conditions are met after the ability has resolved. Can I use Healthful Intendant's auto ability if I ride Freezing Granter over her then used his skill first to Soul Blast Healthful Intendant for his ability cost? No, you cannot. You can no longer pay Healthful Intendant's ability cost when her ability tries to resolve, because she was moved to a different zone. Will Healthful Intendant get 5k power every time a new card is placed to the opponent's damage zone? No, she will not. Continuous abilities are only applied once. What happens if I didn't add a grade 3 unit with Phosphorus's auto ability? Place all 3 revealed cards into your soul. Is Astraea, Deputized Bear, Fusing Striker, or Algita's auto ability mandatory? Yes, they are. You do as much of the skill as possible, because their abilities has no cost for it to be optional. Can I change the attack targets of Exculpate the Blaster to a token unit using Zangetsu or Gamikyobu's auto ability? Yes, you may. All of Exculpate's attacks will be changed to attacking one of your token unit. Can I use Zangetsu or Gamikyobu's auto ability against a Sweep Kanto with 3 equip gauges? Yes, you may. Their auto ability does not choose the opponent's unit. Can I use Zangetsu or Gamikyobu's auto ability against an attack that was boosted by Jet Shaft? No, you cannot. Jet Shaft's ability will force you to intercept with all your evil decoy token first. Does the token that Zangetsu or Gamikyobu redirects the opponent's attack to need to be in the front row? No, it does not. Can I use Simapi Seal's guard restrict ability if I have a grade 3 unit in Soul, but no card was placed in my opponent's damage zone this turn? No, you cannot. The end of clause requires you to meet the first part of the ability's conditions in order to use the rest of the ability. Can I use Deputize Bears on place auto ability even if there are less than 7 cards left in my deck? Yes, you may. You do as much of the skill as possible. Does Soul Blast reduction abilities such as Swadala stack with similar abilities? Yes, they will. As long as there hasn't been any Soul Blast abilities that happened, the cost reduction will stack up. Can I pay a Soul Blast cost even though I only have 1 or less cards in Soul when I reduced a Soul Blast cost with Swadala's ability? Yes, you can. If I reduce my next Soul Blast cost by 2 with Swadala's ability but only used an ability that uses only 1 Soul Blast, can I use the remaining 1 Soul Blast reduction for any following abilities after the first? No, you cannot. Soul Blast reduction abilities cannot be split and will immediately all be applied to the next Soul Blast ability that was used. Does Soul Blast reduction abilities such as Swadala work on abilities that require a specific Soul Blast? Yes, they will. Can I use Fusion Kongo's ability even though I don't have any cards in my drop zone? Yes, you may. You do as much of the skill as possible. Will Fusion Kongo's ability refer to the total cards in my bind zone? Yes, it will. Can I use Jangen's ability even if I call 2 grade 0 units before calling this unit? Yes, you may. Can I use the on-attack auto abilities of a unit chosen by unknown Adamski's ability? Yes, you may. Can a back row unit chosen with unknown Adamski's ability attack the opponent's Vanguard? Yes, it can. It is attacking due to an ability. What happens when I chose a unit with unknown Adamski's ability that prevents itself from attacking? It cannot attack, and the ability ends. Can I boost the unit chosen with unknown Adamski's ability when it attacks? No, you cannot. The called unit is attacking due to an ability. What happens if I use Azure Dragon's ability to call unknown Adamski then use its skill on another rear guard? You decide which unit to attack with first like in your regular battle phase, but it's still attacking due to an ability. What happens to the normal unit I drive check if I use Cleft's ability? It will be added to your hand and you'll perform an extra drive check. Does Thermometry Angel's 2 continuous abilities stack? Yes, they can. Can I gain more than 5k power for each of Thermometry Angel's continuous abilities if 2 or more cards were placed in either player's damage zone? No, she cannot. Each continuous ability are only applied once. Can both player draw 3 cards with Summonu's ability if neither of them have any rear guards to return? Yes, they can. They do as much of the skill as possible. Can my Astral Deity attack all of my opponent's front row units due to burn its ability, but one of the rear guard has Seer behind it? Only the rear guard with Seer behind it cannot be attacked. Can I use Saturn's ability when it was retired due to Astral Planes conditions when I rode Astraeus Dragon and got a 5th force marker? No, you cannot. You can no longer put Saturn in rest position, which is part of its ability cost. Can I call the same Goi no Hiai return to hand for her ability? Yes, you may. What happens if I use Sync's ability when it lost its twin drive due to Machining Centipede's ability? It cannot perform any drive checks because Sync's own ability would lower it down to 0. Will Strogini get 10k power from its continuous ability if I get a front trigger during my damage check? No, it will not. Drive check and damage check are different actions. Can I intercept with Scalpel Angel if she was in the back row while I have 3 damage? No, you cannot. Regular intercepting rules still apply. Would I still gain a force marker from Vegeta's ability even if she was retired from the Guardian Circle during the guard step? Yes, you will. While you would lose her as a Guardian, you'll still gain a force marker from her ability because you do as much of the skill as possible. Can I use the Dodomes second cost ability if I didn't use the first one? No, you cannot. You do as much of the skill in proper order. Will Gauten gain 3k power if I called a grade 0 unit in the Guardian Circle? Yes, it will. Are evil decoy tokens considered as normal units on the field? No, they are not. Token units do not have a specific type, so they are not normal units. Can I use the same sleeve designs for my token cards and imaginary gifts? Yes, you may. Although it is highly recommended to use different sleeves as to make them distinguishable. Can I use the same sleeve designs for my token cards and main deck cards? No, you cannot. What happens when a token unit is locked? The token unit will disappear, and the rear guard circle will be open. Can I use customized proxies as token cards in official events? No, you cannot. And that concludes this V-BT07 rulings video. Be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments how these rulings would have been useful if I uploaded this a month ago.